16. Panchayati Raj, Local Self-Government. Reading Objectives. Local self-government, Importance. Panchayat Raj, Block Samiti, Zilla Parishad. Importance of Panchayati Raj. India is the biggest democracy in the world. Here people elect their representatives to form the government for a certain period of time. In such a big country, like India, every individual has his or her own problems. Central and state governments cannot look after all these problems at every individual level. Therefore, many self-governing local bodies have been established to solve these problems. It is their level of government at the local level, called the local self-government, which looks after the local needs and problems. The local people and their representatives are in a better position to understand and solve their own problems. Enrich yourself. Women in panchayats. Today, women are an important part of the Panchayati Raj structure. The growing number of women sarpanchas throughout the country at the village level present women's political empowerment. But some people view that women representatives work under the supervision of their male guardians. However, many women sarpanchas have taken bold steps for the improvement of village life. More participation of women in the panchayats means the funds are used for progress of the village. Matters like sanitation, education of girls, domestic violence and alcohol de-addiction have gained importance. In 1993, one of the most important steps for the authorization of women was considered by reserving 33% seats for women in the panchayats. This led to the election of around approximately 1 million women at the village level. In a historical decision in August 2009, the central government granted 50% reservation for women in the panchayats throughout the country. Now, women can play an even bigger role in rural local governance. Local self-government, Importance. Local people learn to work together with the government authorities to clean ponds, dig canals, construct roads, etc. Local bodies make efforts to remove illiteracy among the villagers by establishing educational institutes and centers. Local bodies also help make local people independent and responsible. For instance, during natural disasters, like earthquakes and floods, they can begin relief work before help comes from the state government or the central government. Local self-government lightens the burden on the central and the state governments by taking care of civic amenities at the local level. Structure of the local self-government at various levels. The local self-governments at each of these levels are known as the panchayats. The representatives of these panchayats are directly elected by the people. Get to know more. The word panchayat means a group of panch, or 5 village elders called panch. In India, the system of panchayat is very old. From ancient times, the panch took decisions in settling disputes and problems of the village and the villagers. It was considered that God himself dwelt among the 5. Panchayati Raj. The panchayat system in India is very old. It existed during the ancient times and worked well till the Mughal period, but this system declined when the British came to India. After we became independent, Mahatma Gandhi decided to revive the system. Now, the Constitution Amendment Act, for which the rules for the Panchayati Raj were designed, has to be followed by all the states and union territories. These rules became effective from April 1993. The Panchayati Raj system must be a 3-tier system: the village level, the block level and the district level. Should be direct election for all the seats in Panchayat. Should have reserved seats for the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. 1/3 of the total number of seats should be reserved for women. The tenure or term of the Panchayat should be about 5 years. The State Election Commission hold regular Panchayat elections. The Panchayat system worked through the Gram Panchayat at the village level, the Nachayat Samiti or Block Samiti at the block level and the Zilla Parishad at the district level. At the village level, the Panchayat system works through the Gram Panchayat at the village level, the Panchayat Samiti or Block Samiti at the block level and Zilla Parishad at the district level. The Panchayat at the level comprises of 3 main bodies, the Gram Sabha, the Gram Panchayat, and the Nyay Panchayat. These 3 bodies perform different functions. 1. Gram Sabha. The Gram Sabha is the key factor in the making of the Gram Panchayat. It consists of all the adult members of the village who are 18 years of age and above. They meet at least twice a year. The representatives of the Gram Panchayat are elected by the Gram Sabha. It discusses the major problems of village and also passes the annual budget. It has the power to review the work done by the Gram Panchayat and examine its accounts of expenditure. If it is not satisfied with the performance of any member, it can remove a member of the Gram Panchayat by means of a vote of non-confidence. 2. Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat is the primary unit of local administration at the village level. It is a committee of people from the village itself. Composition. The members of the Gram Sabha elect the members of the Gram Panchayat. It is elected for a term of 5 years. There are generally 5 members in a Gram Panchayat, but according to the population, the numbers may differ from state to state. Its range is between 5 and 30. All the members of the Gram Sabha also elect the Sarpanch, who is the Panchayat President. The Ward Panch and the Sarpanch form the Gram Panchayat. It is necessary that the seats be reserved for people belonging to the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes and other backward classes. 1/3 of the seats in both the reserved and the general categories should be reserved for women. Sarpanch. The members of the Gram Panchayat elect one of their members as the chairperson or head of the Gram Panchayat. He is called by various names, like Mukhiya, Pradhan and Sarpanch. It is his responsibility to organize the meetings of the Gram Panchayat, sign important documents and arrange the activities of the Panchayat. The members of Gram Panchayat also elect the deputy chairperson from amongst themselves. He is also called Up Mukhiya or Up Pradhan. He officiates in the absence of the Pradhan. The state government appoints a Panchayat secretary to maintain records and looks after the function of Gram Panchayat. He also prepares accounts, etc. He is a permanent employee and also receives a regular salary. The functions of Gram Panchayat. The functions of a Gram Panchayat can be divided into 2 categories. 1. Compulsory functions. 2. Voluntary functions. Compulsory functions. The compulsory or essential functions of the Gram Panchayat are 1. To construct and repair roads and streets. 2. To maintain water sources, such as village wells, tanks and pumps, street lighting and drainage system. 3. To provide irrigation facilities. 4. To provide clean drinking water. 5. To change and collect taxes, tolls and fees locally. 6. To keep the streets clean and remove garbage and also arrange street lighting. 7. To enhance enrollment ratio in schools, reduce school dropouts, increase the attendance at schools, and to provide supplementary nutritious food to the children. 8. Development of agriculture, primary education, health and sanitation. 9. Attending the complaints against village officials, like the Patwari or Lekpal, police constable, chokada and the vaccinator or the peon. Searching dictionary. Local self-government, a political unit run by its own people. Panchayat Raj, system of self-government at the village level. Voluntary functions. The voluntary functions of the panchayats are: 1. Management of hospitals and maternity centers. 2. To run veterinary hospitals for cattle. 3. To supply good quality seeds and fertilizer. 4. To hold village fairs and sports. 5. To organize recreation and entertainment programmes, like akharas or village sports. 6. To maintain records of births and deaths in the village. 7. To open and maintain public libraries, parks and gardens. 8. To maintain up-to-date accounts of income and expenditure. Sources of income. The Gram Panchayat uses income from various sources to carry out development work. 3. Nyay Panchayat. The establishment of the Nyay Panchayat has a great significance for the poor people to get speedy justice at minimum expenses. Nyay Panchayat is like a local court. Generally, this is one Nyay Panchayat for 4 to 5 villages. Each Panchayat elects a member to the Nyay Panchayat. However, a member of the Gram Panchayat cannot be a member of the Nyay Panchayat. Functions of Nyay Panchayat. The Nyay Panchayat can only pass judgments on petty civil and criminal cases. They can impose fines up to 100 rupees. Some panchayats impose fine up to 500 rupees. They cannot send a person to jail. The process of justice is quick, simple and affordable. If a person feels that he or she has not received justice in Nyay Panchayat, she can make appeal at a higher court of justice. At the block level. The panchayat at the block level is known as block samiti. The pradhan and the panch of village panchayats elect their representatives to the block samitis. Apart from these members, there are other members of the block samitis as well. They are the chairpersons of the Gram Panchayats, the members of the state legislatures, the Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, and the members of the parliament, the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. In block samiti, the seats are reserved for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. 1/3 of the total number of seats are reserved for women. If there are no seats for women and scheduled castes in block samiti, then the district officer appoints these members. The members of the block summit elect a chairman known as the block pramukh. The block pramukh has control over the meetings of the block samiti. He is responsible for the daily working. The members of the block samiti also elect a vice chairman, known as up-pramukh. If the members are not satisfied with his work, they have the right to remove the person by passing a vote of non-confidence against him. The block samitis are elected for a term of 5 years. The state government appoints the block development officer, BDO, who acts as the secretary of the block samiti. All developmental plans of the block samiti are carried out by the block development officer, BDO. The chairman of the block samiti and the block development officer are responsible for the success of the developmental program in a block. The functions of block samiti. A block samiti makes for the development of the whole block. A team of specialists in different fields, like farming, cattle rearing, veterinary medicine, Healthcare instruction and rural industries are posted at block level. These specialists are known as extension officers who help the villagers in various ways. The agriculture expert advises them about better variety of seeds, pesticide and new methods of cultivation. The expert in animal husbandry educates them about better breeds of cattle and their care. The educational experts help them to maintain schools and organize literacy programs. Guidance on healthcare and family welfare is also provided. Sources of income. The block committee needs funds to meet its expenses. The income of the block committees comes from the following sources: taxes on houses, shops and cattle. Income from lease of committee land for organizing fair etc. Charges for providing water and electricity. Government assistance and grants in aid from the state government. At the district level, the Zilla or the district is a very important unit in the administrative setup. The panchayat at this level is known as the Zilla Parishad or the Zilla Panchayat. Zilla Parishad. The Zilla Parishad is the body at the apex of the Panchayati Raj system. It serves as a link between the state government and the block committees within the district. The high-level officials, like the district collector, the superintendent of police and the district judge function from district headquarters. The district parishad's infrastructure is somewhat similar to that of the block committee, though on a larger scale. Composition. It consists of the following members: the block pramukhs of block committees in the district, members of the state legislature, the Vidhan Sabha and the Vidhan Parishad, and members of the parliament, the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, in the district. The representatives of the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes and the representative of women. The members of the Zilla Parishad elect the president and the vice president. The president presides over the meetings of the Zilla Parishad, and decisions are taken by majority of vote. If they do not function satisfactorily, both can be removed from the office by a passing vote of non-confidence by the members. An officer of the rank of a district magistrate is appointed by the state government as the chief executive officer of the Zilla Parishad. He takes necessary steps for the development programs of the Zilla Parishad. Along with it, seats are reserved for representatives of the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes. 1/3 of the total number of seats are reserved for women. The functions of Zilla Parishad. The main function of the Zilla Parishad is to support the village panchayat and the block committees and to coordinate their work, and informs the state's government to the work being done by the Gram Panchayats and the block committees. Important functions of Zilla Parishad are to supervise the implementation of the projects under the 5 years plan, to look after the development of cottage-scale industries and open cooperative societies, to examine and approve the budgets of the block committees, to distribute government funds among the block committees, to improve sanitation and to construct better roads in villages. Source of income. The main sources of income are the following: funds collected by levying taxes on water, pilgrimage and markets, grants received from the state government, rent received from the shops and houses owned by the Zilla Parishad. Achievements of the Panchayati Raj. The achievements of the Panchayati Raj are as the following. The Panchayati Raj system has succeeded in the political awakening in the villages. It has brought the government close to the people. It has improved the condition of their respective villages through welfare activities. It has succeeded in spreading literacy and education by setting up primary and adult schools. It has succeeded in drawing the attention of the government officials to their problems. Importance of the Panchayati Raj. The self-government at the local level strengthens democracy in India. It also helps to solve many problems related to the development and different needs of the people living in different regions. The government at the district level, the collector or the deputy commissioner take care of the functions of the panchayat and coordinates the work of the Panchayati Raj. However, the block development officer, BDO, does the same work at the block level. Thus, the Panchayati Raj system is very important. This system should be further strengthened. Word to know. Local self-government looks after the local needs and problems of local people. Local self-government lightens the burden on the central and the state governments by taking care of civic communities at the local level. The panchayat at the village level comprises of three of main bodies, the Gram Sabha, the Gram Panchayat and the Nyay Panchayat. All the members of the Gram Sabha also elect a Sarpanch who is the Panchayat President. The members of the block committees are elected indirectly. They also elect a vice chairman known as Up-Pramukh. The Zilla Parishad is the topmost level of the Panchayat Raj.